Hi everyone. I'm also feeling called now to basically speak to another energy that I feel is important at this time as well, and that particular energy being the aspect of knowing your truth and being able to express your truth in whatever way that might look for you. Within this understanding, right, there are various ways and degrees with which you can express your truth. Now, what I mean by this too is that your truth can shift based on where you're at in your particular life stream. So, as we go along in our life stream, right, we have obviously varying degrees of experiences, various varying degrees of perceived traumas and all sorts of things that essentially shape us in certain ways. And really, the understanding here is that you are the one that's in control of that shaping, depending on any experience that you have. And what I mean by that is it's based on the way in which you perceive the experience that you're having. And that is another topic that we can talk about later as well. But going back to the energy of uh, expressing your truth, right? There are certain ways in which we can do this. The aspect of you simply just being is also an expression of your truth because you don't even really need to say a word, you're living it. So that's one way in which you're expressing your truth. And the more that you do dive in deeper into yourself and work with the energy of knowing thyself, the more that you're going to find that you're going to express a much deeper level of truth within yourself that you maybe didn't even know existed. And so that's why I tell people one of the most important things you can do here is to know thyself. And one of the levels of expressing your truth, obviously, is also through the voice. And there are also varying degrees to that as well. For some people, it can be the aspect of singing, toning, and even just using your words in a certain way. But it's not just the words themselves, or the song itself, or the tone itself. It's the energy being represented behind that that's impregnated into any way that you express through the voice. So if you are a very heart-centered being or a being that's operating in and through the heart a vast majority of the time, well, your truth or your energy of expression through in what we would call your truth could be vastly different than somebody expressing maybe through the filter of an ego. So there is quite a varying degree of truth being expressed, whether that's from this dear brother over here or this dear sister over here, whatever it might, or whoever you might encounter. Now, I would say that your expression of your truth is important for you in whatever way that looks like, because you're going to come to learn something through it if you pay attention. So, in other words, how do you express your truth with every single person that you meet? Start to look at that. What is my truth? What is most important to me? What energies would I like to cultivate in my life that then can express as my truth to this person or that person, or no matter what it is, no matter what experience you're in. And so at times it's incredibly important for us to express our truth and to be in the knowing of what our truth is. And like I said, this can vary throughout your lifetime based on where you're at in your lifetime, because everything really works in cycles, right? If you look at nature, it's working in cycles. And within those cycles, you have certain elements that present at certain times. And within those cycles, you even have the energy of, say, death, right? And then you have rebirth. So throughout your life, you may have had points in your life where you experience maybe the energy of death. And what I mean by that is that parts of you that are no longer serving you may have fallen away or died, and that then creates a space within you to cultivate something new or to be birthed anew. So there are certain cycles within our life stream that also cause varying degrees to the truth with which we're presenting. So I would highly recommend that everybody kind of, if you can, or if you have the space to do so, whether you meditate in the morning or whatever it is, start to understand what it is that is your truth. What is it that's most important for you to express um, in any sort of a way, even just with how are you moving through your reality? Is your body relaxed? Are you tense? Are you stressed? What is it? What is your truth that it's expressing through you in any given now moment? So the more that you tune into that, the more that you understand what your own individual truth is, what's important to you, what isn't important to you, all those sorts of things. And then also, like I said, take a look at how you're expressing your truth to any particular individual. Are you passionate about what you're saying in that moment? Are you, disgusted with what you're saying? Whatever it is, pay attention and understand the deeper aspect or the deeper elements within you that represent your particular truth. Also, with the understanding that your truth may change and shift, because basically that's part of being human. We have so many vastly different experiences in this live stream, and just because you've had those types of experiences doesn't mean that you can come into an experience and expect that this other dear brother over here is going to understand your truth. Sometimes it's more so just important that you express it. Now, with the understanding of expressing your truth, what also comes along with that is the energy of discernment, right? Discernment is an incredibly powerful energy that we can use as an incredibly powerful tool. Now, I would highly suggest that everybody tune into more of that energy around discernment, and I can do another video on that as well, because there's a lot within that as well. But basically what I'm getting at is discerning when your audience is available and ready to hear your truth or to understand your truth. Sometimes when you need to speak it, is my audience actually going to hear this right now, and is it important for them to even hear? So there's going to be times where you're just going to have to use that energy of discernment and understanding and knowing, is this the best time to express my truth in this particular way? And maybe it isn't. So there is always a fine tuning here. There's always a balance and a harmony to be found within the energy of expressing your truth. So I would invite all of you to play with that, to work with it. It obviously doesn't have to be a stressful thing either. In understanding your truth and when it's appropriate to express it. Now, if you did express your truth in a moment, which maybe wasn't the best of moments to do it, because maybe this dear brother or this dear sister over here could not maybe fully understand it or fully hear it or fully grasp it, and that's okay. It's just for you to work with that energy and understand when it's important for you to do that, or when you really need to do that, and when maybe at times you don't. And in other words, it's always perfect. It's always perfect. And as long as you can grasp the greater meaning behind what's happening, the greater understanding beneath it all, because there always is. There always is. It's just a matter of you showing up for yourself and taking the time to actually look at it. And so that's really what all this is about. Really, we're diving deeper into the understanding of ourselves, also through the interaction with others. And so you can learn an awful lot about yourself through the expression of your truth in any given now moment, in any sort of situation, circumstance, whatever it might be. You may also find your expression of truth. Let's just use an example through the energy of dance, right? If you just like to go to dance and express in that way, and essentially you don't care what anybody thinks about you, or any sort of judgment of yourself or judgment from others, and you're just simply expressing your truth through the energy of dance. Well, that's can be an incredibly powerful and beautiful gift. not only to yourself, but to others that are around you. Because then they see, oh, this dear brother over here, wow, look at him. He's just being his fullest, authentic self through the expression of dance. And that can actually be something that's empowering in a way, not only for you, but for the others that are viewing that, whether you realize it or not. And a lot of times, we just don't simply realize how much we can affect those around us by just simply being. That's really it, you know? What is your expression of truth? Through the energy of just being you. And there's nothing wrong with you because you are divine perfection. And so, anyways, that is the essence and the expression that I wanted to bring forward here around the energy of speaking your truth. Once again, if you enjoy these messages or these energies and you find them helpful, please do hit the subscribe button and show support to the channel in whatever way you can. I will be bringing forward a lot more different topics and a lot of different energies here to talk about that I feel are, my truth and that may help others. So, thank you for all your support, your love, and all the ways that you bring it forward. And I will continue to do the same. So thank you, and I will see you again soon.